Welcome to today's game between the Dubuque Saints and the Ames Cyclones. Dubuque looks like they'll start with Connor Sheehy in net, Bryce Besson on defense with Cody Cruiser, and Xander Sheehy returning to the lineup will center Michael Poles and Jackson Hika. Puck's down. Ames wins it back. They'll play it up to center ice. Into the zone offsides. Besson goes back to get it. Go D to D to Cruiser. Cruiser sends it up to Heacock. Carries it up the far side. Sends it a little far. Sheehy's going to give chase. Works it out of the corner. He's got it behind the net. Battles there. Loses it. Ames got it. They'll come up the near side, up the boards. Across the middle. Dumps it in. Sheehy plays it to the corner. Cruiser's got it now behind the goal line. He'll play it up to Poles. Poles to the middle to Heacock. Heacock battles for it there. Poles comes over, helps him out, goes back to the D. That's Besson. Besson to Cruiser. Cruiser to Heacock. Heacock turns it over. Ames fires it towards the net, just wide. Recovers, shot towards the net. Sheehy knocks it down, plays it to Besson. Besson plays it off the boards, squeaks it out of the zone. Sammy Ruiz will press the issue on the far side. Shot on net. Goal! Goal by Ruiz. Nice little cross-ice feed from Michael Poles. And I didn't move the camera for any of that. No wonder talking was so easy. Puck down now. It'll be knocked down below the Ames goal line. Ames will carry it out. Stolen there by Ruiz. Knocks it to the middle. Ames tries to clear it. Sweeney knocks it down. Carries it to the slot. Shot. Up over the net. Mesler tries to knock it in. He's got it behind the net. Feeds it off to Sweeney. Sweeney in the corner. Back to Mesrick. Sweeney shoots. Saved by the goalie. Kicked out. Kretz can't quite hold it in, so it'll go all the way back to the defensive zone. Kretz will go D to D to Spangler. Spangler up to Mesrich. Knocked up in front of the bench. Played down behind the goal line. Ames will try and break it out on the near side. It's held in there by the Saints. They'll try it on the far side now. Up the middle. Just past Besson. Gavin Nedley kicks it back to Cam Spangler. Spangler plays it up to Mesrich. In front of the Saints bench. That's Ames got it now. Played through the middle. Besson walks the middle. Stopped there by the Ames defense. They'll bring it up the near side. Off the boards in front of the bench. Henry knocks it back in. It's Nico Ruiz battling for it now. Down below the Ames goal line. Gavin Nedley takes a shoulder to the chest and puts him on his butt. Lost in front. Nedley's got it. Kicks it out the goaltender. Henry walks in. Pops a shot. Saved by the Ames goaltender. Ames has got it now. They'll fire it up the middle. Through center ice. Knocked loose by Deutsch. Up to Ruiz, who will dump it in and go for a change. Ames will collect it and attempt to break out on the near side. Sheehy will provide the forecheck. Past him. Knocked loose. Ames will come through the center ice. Sheehy and Poles battle for the puck with Ames. Comes loose. Poles comes in, lays a little bit of a hit. Puck's in the corner, fed out to the middle. Held there, played onto the near side. It's Cruiser up to Sheehy. Gets out of the zone. Counter Sheehy in net. Plays it up to the D. That's Liam Henry. He'll take it behind. Feeds it up to Mueller, who can't quite get a stick on it. It'll go the length for ice. Netherly steps in for the faceoff. Puck's down. Won by Netherly. Up to Pulls. Pulls, carries it up, chips it off the boards. And someone touched it. So we got a neutral zone faceoff. The Netherly's going to send it to Heacock and Pulls line. Cruiser and Kleesner on defense. Pulls has got it. Dumps it into the zone. Netherly's going to go chase. Controlled behind the back of the net. He'll fire it out to the D. That's Kleesner back there. Fires it on net. Just wide. Cruiser's got it. Walks it to the corner. Pulls covers for him. Holds it in. Heacock gets it knocked back to Kleesner. Walks in. Netherly's knocked down in front. Feeds it behind the net to Pulls. Pulls tries to walk around. A couple swings at it. Heacock's got it. Gives it back to Cruiser. Cruiser shot on net. Deflected by Heacock. Netherly and Heacock battling for it in the corner. Knocked around the back of the net. Michael Pulls battling. Guy's got to be at least twice his size. Back to center ice. Cruiser's got it. Carries it up the near boards. Walks a couple Ames players to the front of the net. Shot saved by the Ames goalie. Ames goalie is number 26. Oliver. Nope. Got to be 25. Colby Armstrong. Puck's down. Ruiz gets it back to Spangler. Spangler over to Kretz. Kretz to Sweeney. Sweeney's got it. Walks to the slot. Back to Spangler. Spangler plays it down to Ruiz. Mesrich has got it behind the goal. Kicks it up to Sweeney. Kind of mock power play going on here. Sweeney walks it to the slot. Ruiz puts a shot off the post that I am assuming knocked the net off. That is 25, Colby Armstrong. Ruiz in for the faceoff. One back. Spangler's got it there. She'll play it down to Mesrich, who can't get a handle on it. Goes behind the net. Sweeney's got it there. Battles up the near boards. He's down. Still battles. Sweeps it down to Mesrich. Back to Sweeney. Sweeney tries to kick it up to Kretz. Doesn't quite get there. Ames steals it. It's going to come out. Battled at center ice. Sammy Ruiz knocks it in there. Callum Mesrich has got it. Walking towards the net. Off the post. We're going to need to get those posts repainted at the rate these guys are going. Knocked down below the goal line. Sammy will press there. Ames has got it. He'll break it out on the near side. Coming down. Liam Henry forces him wide, and they'll dump it in. Sheehy will retrieve it behind the net. Leave it for Beshin. Beshin up to Sweeney. Sweeney's got time. Carries it. Dumps it in. Armstrong tips it wide off the back of the net. Nico Ruiz down there. He'll battle for it. He's got it in the corner. Tries to kick it up to Beshin. Sheehy steps in. Beshin kicks it. In the feet there. Off to Ruiz. He'll get it towards the net. Battled in the near corner. That's Sheehy. Over to Beshin. Beshin knocks it deep. Ruiz presses. Deutsch now on the far side. Sheehy pressure behind the net. He's got it there. Plays it over to Ruiz. Ruiz kicks it out. Nobody home. Liam Henry gets into his man in front of the bench and knocks it loose. Wraps around the back of the net. Beshin's got it there. Sheehy steps in, helps him out. Kicks it up to Deutsch. Deutsch on the far side. Plays it off the skates and into the boards. He's got a little bit of an edge. Goes down. Saved by Armstrong. Ames is going to bring it up the near side. Chipped loose by Netherly. Shot wide. A shot on net. Saved by Armstrong and kicked wide. Netherly's over there. He's battling for the rebound around the back of the net. Up the near side. So we're going to get an Ames penalty here. Bit of a trip. Armstrong with the save. And that'll get us the whistle. So the Saints will take the power play now. 6:59 left in the first period, leading by 1. 2 minutes for tripping on DeMarkey. Beshin's got it now. He'll kick it over to Sweeney. Sweeney walks to the top of the circle, circles back. Gets it back over to Beshin. Beshin kicks it over hard to Mesrick, who can't quite get a handle on it. They'll chip it off the boards and take it out. Sent the length. Sheehy's back to stop it behind the net. Leaves it there for Ruiz, who gets it chipped. Sweeney tries to feed it off the boards to him. One-man showdown there for Ames. Sheehy gets a piece of the shot and kicks it to the corner. A little bit of a chaos going on here on the Dubuque power play. Off to Nico Ruiz. He'll kick it over to Cody Sweeney. Sweeney holds in front of the blue line. Sends it far to Cal Mesrich. Mesrich shot. Tipped over the back of the net. Ruiz is there. Plays it down to his brother, Nico. Played on the goal line. Couple shots saved there by Armstrong. Beshin's got it. Kicks it up to Sweeney. Back to Beshin on the far side. Nico on the far side. Down to Beshin. Back to Nico. Nico up to Sweeney. Middle slot. Shot saved by Anderson. Armstrong. There's the layout for the faceoff now. He wins it back to Kretz. Kretz over to Poles, back to Kretz. Over to Heacock. Heacock at the top of the circles, hits it to Kretz. Kretz throws it to the wide side to Poles. Back to Kretz. Over to Heacock. Heacock shot. Tipped in front by Deutsch. Not enough. Deutsch has got it. Plays it back to the D, who wasn't there. So Kretz will retreat all the way back to his defensive zone. Circles around the back of the net. And he'll bring it up. On the far side, plays it up to Deutsch. Deutsch plays it off the boards to himself. Knocks it to the center. Knocked the length of the ice. Sheehy will dig it out of the corner. Pull it off the boards for Kretz. Takes his time getting back into the net. That's nice of him. Penalties peeled off. Sheehy again behind the net. Leaves it for Kretz. Kretz has got it there. They'll break it up the near sides. Misses Foles on the breakout pass, but still clears the zone. Ames knocks it back in. Throws it wide. Wraps to the far side. Heacock will apply a little pressure there. Netherly's got it. Kicks it out of the zone. Goes all the way into the offensive zone past the Ames defender who will play it up. Deutsch has got it behind the net. Kicks it out to Sheehy. Weak backhand. Poles has got it behind the net. Sheehy comes to help him out. Can't quite get it. He's got it now. Works it behind the net. Walks out in front. Tries to stuff it home. Armstrong's there. So Sheehy's been out for about the last 6 weeks with a broken wrist. This is his first game back. He'll stay out and Center Mueller and Chase pulls. Looks like he might be a little gassed. The lungs might not be back. Sheehy to the corner to pulls. He's got it now. Kicks it back to Cruiser. Can't quite hold it in. Sheehy's got it now at center ice. Loses it. Cruiser knocks him off on the far side. Sheehy's got it. I'll move the camera so you can all see that. There he is. No trip behind the play. Fans wanted it. Played in front of the Ames bench. CJ Mueller will give chase. Chips it up in front of the bench. Played to Sammy Ruiz. Battled there. Cruiser. Now Chase pulls across the blue line. Takes it wide. Shots tipped over the back of the net. Sammy Ruiz back to Cody Cruiser. Shot to the net. Saved by Armstrong. Kleesner comes down. Tries to get a piece of it. Can't quite get it to the net. Kleesner in the corner now. Down to Ruiz. Ruiz feathers it out in front to his brother. No one sure where that puck was. So the ref blew the whistle. Says, my bad. It was in clear sight. Puck's down. Ruiz has got it. Shot on net. Saved by Armstrong. Sweeney will wrap it around the back. Net is off again. Puck's down. Back to Henry. Henry shoots it on net. Armstrong with the save to the corner. Sweeney's got it there. Kicks it back up to Beshin. Beshin throws it back to Sweeney, who wraps it around the back of the net. Mesrich has got it there. Over to Ruiz. Kick to the front. Sweeney can't quite get a piece of it. Holds it in now. Kicks it back over to Ruiz, to Beshin. Back to Ruiz. Ruiz shot blocked. Ames has got it. They'll manage to get it out of the zone. Battled at center ice. Sweeney's got it. Kicks it over to Ruiz. Ruiz walks it up the far side. It's stolen there. Ames will counter. Cross the blue line. Centered. Shot. Hits Sheehy right in the face. It's easier if you catch though, Sheehy, but he made the save regardless. Ruiz tries the long breakout pass to Mazurek, who can't quite get to it. Stolen there. Beshin tries to play it to Mazurek too. We're going to get an icing call. Puck's down. Deutsch has got it. Plays it up the far side. He's got Ruiz in the middle. Deutsch shoots. Saved by Armstrong. Puck's down. Netherly's got it. Kicks it off to Ruiz, who walks around the back of the net. Leaves it there for Netherly. Netherly tries to center. It's blocked. Battle on the near side. Ruiz has got it now. Stolen there. Netherly on the far side. Kicks it back to Spangler. Spangler towards the net. Saved by Armstrong. Deutsch has got it on the far side. Tries to knock it down. Ames has got it for a second. Deutsch wins it back. Down below the goal line. Netherly in the near corner. Ames wraps it around the far side. Kretz will be on there to get it. Fires it towards the net. Kicks out in front before Armstrong can get a piece of it, and the net's off again. Face-off will be just outside the zone. Sheehy with Poles and Heacock. We're going to do what we can to secure that net down there. Water. Water is the trick. Who would have thought? Sheehy with the face-off. Lost to Ames. Comes back. Cruiser will go to Kleesner, who will fall down. Helped out, and they'll dump it in. Down below the goal line. And just to get around Poles. He comes in and gets steamrolled. Cruiser's got it, knocks it down below the goal line. Battled there. Heacock's got it behind the goal. Walks out in front. She upset that he didn't pass it to him. Gotta speak up, Sheehy. Kleesner and Cruiser will stay out on defense. Face off one back. Cruiser's got it now. Shoots it towards the net. Nice discussion going on between the centers there. Sheehy wins it to Poles. Poles back to Cruiser. Cruiser gets it towards the net. Blocked in front. Ames has got it. Sheehy pokes it loose. Kleesner's got it now. Still held in. Kleesner's got it on the near side. Walks around his man. Poles knocks it in deep. Heacock will give chase. Knocked it deep again. Pulls in the corner. Walks it out to Heacock. She slams it in front. Couple shots. Can't quite finish, though. So that's the end of the first period. Saints leading 1-0. Shots on goal. Whopping 20-5 in favor of the Saints.
After one period of play, Dubuque 1, Ames nothing. Shots on goal for Dubuque 20, for Ames 5.
Special shout out to former Dubuque High School hockey alum Eric Olson in the stands today. Eric was a member of the 1995 class of the Devils at the time. His daughter Brianna plays for Ames. Always nice to see alumni in the stands. Puck's down. Kretz plays it over to Spangler. Spangler out of the zone to Mueller. Knocked loose there. Spangler's got it now. She'll press the puck up to the blue line. Bit of a collision there. Ames on a little bit of a breakaway here. Saved by Sheehy. Up to Mueller. Mueller plays it across the Poles. Poles on a little bit of a mini breakaway here. Loses the puck off his stick going wide. Battled for in the corner by Mueller. I'm sorry, that's Netherly and Poles. Kicked up to the near side. Ames will try and bring it out. Mueller gets a huge hit. Ames player still down. Business is picking up a little bit here. Mesrick watches it wide, and we'll get a whistle for that injured player. So that injured player was number 28, Joey Hare. Managed to get up and get off the ice on his own power. Good to see that. It was a big hit by C.J. Mueller. It was a clean hit, though. Puck's down. Played around behind the Ames net. Sweeney's got it there. Stolen. Kicked out to center ice. Ames got it. They'll come 2-on-2. Off the stick. They'll dump it in. He stops it behind the net. Ruiz plays it up to Sweeney. Sweeney kicks it to center ice. It's in a foot race with Meserich. Knocks it loose. Walks in. Save. Oh, Sweeney can't quite get it into the net. Chips it over the top. Sweeney's got it. Leaves it for Beshin. Beshin knocks it down to Ruiz. Ruiz fires it to Meserich. Can't get a handle on it. Wraps it up the near side. Still held in. Meserich is fighting for it now. Goes around the back of the net by Ames. Sweeney with the steal. Sweeney takes it behind the net. Walks it on the near boards. Kicks it over to Cruiser. Cruiser walks it on the far boards. Kicks it back to Mesrick, who walks it on the backboards. Off to Sweeney. Near side. Nice save by Armstrong. Maybe a little punch with the blocker there. Kicked out of the zone. And they'll go back to the defensive zone. Cruiser's got it there. Cuts up the near side. Plays it to Ruiz. Ruiz fires it rink wide. Beshin's there. That was offsides. Plays it to the middle. No one's there. Kretz steps into it. Kicked wide by the defenseman. And they'll bring it up the far side. Stolen there by Sheehy. Can't quite finish the job. Kick back to Spangler, who fires it into Deutsch. Around the back of the net. Sheehy's got it there. Tries to walk out. Near corner. Can't find it because the camera's not pointed down there. Knocked behind the net. Sheehy pressure on the far side. Knocked up to Spangler. Spangler throws it towards the net. Armstrong can't quite hold it, but he gets the save. Ruiz on the near boards. Spins around. Walks it to the corner. Wraps it down to Sheehy. Sandwich there between two Ames players. Tries to dig it out. He's got it now. Walks it behind the net. Wraps it around. Armstrong with the save. So we'll get Netherly, Heacock, and Poles out with Kleesner and Cruiser on defense. Puck's down. Back to Cruiser. Fires it down to Poles. Poles holds it there. Sends it down to Netherly, who walks around the other side of the net. Back to Kleesner. Kleesner fires from the slot. Stuck in the pads, but that's a save. Puck's down. Back to Kleesner. Kleesner fires it towards the net. Saved by Armstrong. Around the back of the net. Might be stuck there. Not stuck there anymore. Netherly in for the faceoff. Back to Cruiser. Cruiser fires it. Blocked in front by the defense. Cruiser gets his own rebound and then steamrolls Gavin Netherly. Pulls, walks it down, throws it through the front of the net. Loose puck in front. Ames clears it right into the chest of Netherly. Netherly's got it in the corner. Spins around. Kicks it back up to Cruiser. Fires it towards the net. Blocked by the defense. Heacock gets it. Armstrong makes the save. Dubuque will send out a fresh line of Sweeney, Mesrich, and Ruiz. Henry and Beshin on defense. Puck's down. Mesrich sends it back to Henry. Henry over to Beshin. Beshin to Sweeney. Sweeney walks it and leaves it for Beshin. Beshin fires it down low to Mesrich, who's got it behind the net. Cuts back. Fires it out in front to Sweeney, who shoots it over the net. Ruiz with the rebound. Fires it back to... All kinds of shooting going on here and no scoring. Ruiz has got in the corner. Stolen there. Ames kicks it out to middle ice. Beshin's got it. He'll walk it up the far side, off the boards to Sweeney. Sweeney touches it. He's tripped there, but there's no call. Mesrich throws a shoulder. It's cleared the length of the ice, and we got an icing. Sweeney, Ruiz, and Mesrich will stay out. Ruiz wins it over to Mesrich. Back to Beshin. Beshin fires it towards the net. A couple people touch it. Armstrong makes a save. Sweeney walks around the back. Heads up, turns and fires. Armstrong with a nice save. Dubuque will make a change. We got Mueller and Poles being centered by Sheehy. Spangler and Kretz will step out on D. Sheehy decides to remain in goal. Face off one. Mueller gets a shot on net, just wide. Poles battles it there, kicks it back to Kretz. Fires it back down to Poles. Shot wide. Mueller's got it in the corner. He'll fire it back up to Spangler, who holds it in. Back to Mueller. Battled on the far boards. Back to Spangler. Loose in front. Chase Poles tries to get control. Can't get a great shot on net. Mueller's got it deep. Fires it over to Kretz. Kretz works it down to Sheehy. Sheehy's got it on the near boards. Walks it to the dot. Shot. Tipped in front by Mueller. Chase Poles tries to backhand it from the corner. Can't quite get it there. Throws an elbow. Doesn't connect. Sheehy steals it at center ice. Back to Spangler. Gets through. I didn't move the camera. You'll have to trust me. Sheehy on the far side. Walks it in. Tries to walk around the back. He's got it in the near corner. Walks out there. Turns back to the corner. Back to Cruiser. Cruiser fires it hard cross ice to Kleesner. Poles has got it on the far side. Back to Ruiz. Ruiz shot towards the net. Saved. Gavin Netherly knocks in the rebound. So shot at the point from Cruiser. Saved by Armstrong. Knocked in by Netherly. Puck's down on the near boards. Ames has got it. We'll try and play it up. Deutsch battles for it there. It's Netherly still out there. He's battling for it too. Ames walks away with it. They'll carry it in front of their own bench. Netherly's got it. Wide pass to Cruiser. Cruiser fires it up the far side to Ruiz. Does a little dance. Dumps it in. It's right on Armstrong, who's going to hold on to it this time. Puck's down. Saints control. Ruiz has got it in the corner. Leaves it for Netherly. Netherly back to Ruiz. Up to Cruiser. Cruiser tries to walk it down. Can't quite get control. Netherly swoops in and picks it up. Puck's pocked up. Cruiser tries to walk out of the corner. Can't quite. Back to Ruiz. Over to Kleesner. Walks down the middle. Ames has got it now. They'll take it behind the net. Nice little kick move. Take it up the far side. Controlled there. We got a 2-on-1 going. Netherly's got it. Tries to kick it over to Deutsch. It's blocked there. Run off in the corner. It's on the near boards. Up to Beshin. Beshin fires it back down to Mesrich. Can't quite get it behind the net. On the far side, Mesrich comes back, steals it. He's got it now. Works to the corner. Stole it again. Still battled for there. Swinging off the board, off the bench. Shot towards the net. Blocked in front by Mesrich, who got just a piece of it. Enough for Armstrong to hold on. Puck's down. Ruiz walks through the middle. Can't quite get a shot. Sweeney's got it on the near boards. They'll play it back to Beshin. Beshin tries to wrap the boards. Down to Mesrich behind the goal. Mesrich feeds it off to Sweeney. Sweeney walks the near boards. Back to Beshin. Off to Sweeney. Sweeney walks, shoots it over the net. Wrapped around on the far side. That's Henry. Henry plays it down to the corner. Mesrich picks it up behind the net. Can't quite control it. Kicked out to Beshin. Beshin fires. Knocked wide. Sweeney's got it on the near boards. Gets it down to Ruiz. Ruiz has got company down there. Back to Mesrich behind the goal line. Over to Ruiz. Back to Mesrich in the far corner. Mesrich kicks it up to Henry. Henry back down to Mesrich. Mesrich battles in the near corner. He's got it behind the net. Walks around. Fires it out in front. Ruiz can't quite get all of it. Beshin's got it on the near boards. He'll wrap it around. Sweeney's on the far side now. He's got it. Walks around his man. Cuts to the middle. Still maintains the puck. Sees Beshin on the far side. Fires it across. Beshin from the dot. Centers it. Ruiz doesn't quite get to it. Henry at the point. Over to Sweeney. Sweeney, big slap shot. Saved by Armstrong. Mesrich has got it on the near side. Back to Beshin. Around the back of the net. Not with enough strength. Ames steals it. Plays it up the near side in front of the bench. Liam Henry will come over and collect it in front of the Ames bench. Look for the wide pass. Finds Mesrich on the far side. He loses it momentarily. And Ames will clear. Sheehy makes a save. A little creative. Big, long stretch pass up to Beshin. And Sheehy's going for the assist here. Shot. Saved off Armstrong's head. Heacock battles it for it behind the net. He'll look to feed it out the poles. Back to Heacock. Up to Henry. Henry shoots it towards the net. Knocks the Ames player down. Saved by Armstrong in front. Knocked back to Henry at the point. Poles walks the blue line. Gets it over to Cruiser. Or Kleesner. Kratz. Jeez. Heacock's going to chase for it in the corner. A little bit of a nudge from behind there. Battle in front. Henry fires it down, hits 5 different people, gets the Sheehy, gets a shot kicked wide. Ames has it in the corner. They'll try and pray it up the far side. And they get it out of the zone. Kretz knocks it down. Ames brings it into their zone, offsides. 2:48 left in the second period. Joseph Ross has entered the building. Nethery, Mueller, and Poles for the faceoff. Ames wins. Carries it into the zone. Kretz has got it. He plays it up to Poles. Netherly knocks it loose up in the near boards. Back to Kretz. Kretz fires it up the middle to Mueller. Can't quite hold on to it. Ames will play it down. Sheehy on the far side. Long stretch pass up to Mueller. Mueller quite handle it there. Ames has got it now. Kretz sneaks in, steals it, knocks it loose. Chase pulls, knocks it deep. Netherly knocks it into the corner. Mueller's there. Centered. Popped up. Armstrong's got it. Ross, Deutsch, and Ruiz out now. Deutsch has got it on the near side. Tries to center it to Ross. Walks around to the far corner. Back to Cruiser. Cruiser dumps it down to the corner. Ruiz has got it there. Lost it. Ames plays it up the far boards. Ruiz knocks it loose. Kicks it over to Deutsch, who hands it down. Shot on net. Armstrong's knocked the net off again. I didn't start the clock, so we've all got our faults. Ross wins the faceoff down below the goal line. Ruiz chases it there. They'll center it out to Ross. Ross shoots. Saved by Armstrong. Far boards. Ross gets his own rebound. Sends it down to Ruiz. Ross on the far side. Back to Cruiser. Cruiser towards the net. Redeflected in front by Deutsch. Just wide Armstrong. Battled in the near corner. Still fighting forward is Ross. Ross knocks it below the goal line. He'll chase. Battles for it. Takes it back in the far corner. Loses it again. Kicks it up the side. Cruiser can't quite hold it into the zone. So we're back to neutral ice. Cruiser gets by his man. Walks it across the blue line. Down to the far corner. Behind the net. Out in front to Ross, who scores. Saints have been kind of making a living with that behind the net pass out to the front. You see a lot of that in Waterloo. It's been successful a number of times. Cruiser, I think, picks up his second assist there. Puck's down. Bestian plays it to the far side. To Meserich. Meserich takes it across the blue line. Fires. Saved by Armstrong. Meserich has got it. Plays around the back to Sweeney. Sweeney can't hold. Ames will bring it up the near side. Stolen there by Bestian. He'll walk to the far side. Takes it in. Dumps it down to the corner. Meserich will chase. Bumped off the puck there by Ames. Meserich has got it now. Tries to center. Sweeney fires it wide of the net. And the net is off again. Puck's down. Ames has it. They'll get it out of the zone. A little 3-on-2. Chips it past Henry. Stolen there. Around the back of the net. Beshing there with the steal, but this is Liam Henry carrying it up the near side. Plays it off the boards, up to Sweeney. Still on the near boards. Ruiz knocks it down. Sweeney's in the corner. He's got it. Back to Henry. Henry with a little snapshot there. Wide of the net. Ruiz has got it. Back to Beshin. Over to Sweeney. Sweeney walks it to the top of the circles. Fires it over the net. Ruiz has got it on the far side. Back to Beshin. Beshin tries to dump it down. That's offsides. That's offsides all day. Peacock Netherly and Poles for the face-off. Played through the middle. Poles knocks it down. Played up the near side. Netherly's got it. Fires on the net. Saved by Armstrong. 4 seconds left in the period. Saints will leave Sheehy a net. Puck's down. Netherly battles for it there at the face-off circle. Peacock's got it. And that'll do it for the second period.
After 2 periods of play, Dubuque 3, Ames nothing. Shots on goal 44 for Dubuque. 7.
Back for the third period. Joseph Ross, Nico Ruiz, and Corbin Deutsch will start it forward. Liam Henry, Bryce Besson on D. Puck's down. Ruiz has it. Walks around the D. Quick shot. Off the crossbar. It's just that net that we came to hit the pipes on. Puck's down. Saints have it. Ruiz back to Henry. Henry towards the net. Just wide. Deutsch on the far side. Kicks it down to the corner. Ross has got it behind the net. Tries to wrap it around. Stopped there by Armstrong. Ross loses an edge and goes down. Ames has got it behind the net. They'll break it out right up the middle. Never a good idea. Ruiz steals it there. Off the pipe again. Deutsch has got it behind the net. I didn't start the clock. Besson at the point. Down to Deutsch in the corner. Deutsch has got it there. Net is off again. Saints will make a change. Sheehy will come out and center Mueller and Poles. Chase Poles, that is. Puck's down. Knocked back to Spangler. Spangler fires it towards the net. Stolen there. They'll pip it off the near boards. Spangler's about to get it. Gives it over to Kretz. Kretz failures it back to Spangler. Spangler's got a little time. She'll carry it up the near boards. Walks into the near zone. Down to the goal line. Weak backhand. Saved by Armstrong. Chase has got it in the corner. Back to Kretz. Deflected in front by Mueller. Not quite enough. Loose puck. Ames has got it. They'll walk it up the near boards. Dumped in. Blocked by Spangler. Spangler fires it up. Mueller kicks it out. Knocked out of the air. Mueller's got it. Takes it wide. Sheehy pauses on the blue line. Goes to trail. Shot just wide. Mueller skates over top of it. Sheehy fights for it on the far boards. That's Kleesner that knocks it on deep. Kretz has got it in the near corner. Around the back of the net. Heacock retrieves it there. Leaves it low for Sheehy. Sheehy takes a check to the back. Walks out of the corner with it. Back down the near boards. Leaves it there for Michael Poles, who can't quite get it. Ames sends it to the center. Knocked past Cruiser. They'll bring it down the near side. Out to the middle. Walking. Shot wide of the net. Wraps around to the far side. Ames is able to hold it in. Played back to the middle. Cruiser's got it there. Walks right up Main Street. Down the middle. Takes it wide. Far boards. Walks it to the corner. Around the back of the net. Ames has it now. Gavin Nedley knocks it back in, and he'll chase it and try to get the puck now. Both players miss it badly. Groans surround them. Puck sent the length of the ice, and we got an icing. She plays the Bolt shuffleboard. The ref jumps out of the way. Hits a named player in the back. That's Brandon Olson. Saints has got the Ruiz, Sweeney, Mesrich line out. Puck's one over to Mesrich. He'll fire it over to Besson. Besson gets it towards the net, 5 feet wide. Armstrong tips it wider. Sweeney battles for it behind the net in the far corner. Knocked loose. Ruiz is there. Over to Mesrich. Fired off the side of the net. Besson walks in, tries to center. It's blocked there. Knocked the length of the ice. Lets Liam Henry to go back and get it. He'll be pressured by Ames. Loses control. Go to the far corner. Henry loses his stick. Mesrich has got it on the near side. Kicks it ahead to Sweeney, who's on the breakaway. Saved by Armstrong. No, loose behind him. Yeah, that's not going to end well for anyone. So the puck got Armstrong made the save and puts it behind the goal line, but got in the way of Meserich. Meserich tried to go through Armstrong. No one likes that. Uh, so I'm not sure why we've got the whistle, but there's no penalties. Oh, the net was knocked off again. Or at least that's what we're saying. I think Meserich was sent off with a helmet problem, and we're going to get a line change. No, we're not going to get a line change. We're going to let them change one player. Ruiz has got it on the far side. We got both Ruizes out there. That's not confusing. Nico behind the net. Walks around. Centers it to Sweeney. Sweeney can't get a piece of it, but knocks it over to Beshin. Beshin knocks it on the far wall to Nico again. Nico back to Beshin. Beshin towards the net. Saved by Armstrong. Nico pops the puck up. Sammy picks it up. Back to Beshin. Beshin over to Henry. Henry walks it to the top of the dot. Shot. Deflected in front. High up behind the net. Ames has got it behind the goal line. Knocked loose. Net is off again. Meserich just skated across the ice. It must have just been a helmet problem. Ross, Deutsch, and Ruiz are lined up for a face-off on the right-hand side. Everyone else is lined up on the left-hand side, but we'll get that adjusted. Doing our best to fix that goal coming off. I'm not sure it's the goal. It seems to be following Armstrong around, but we'll do what we can. Puck's down. Ross has got it. Back to Kretz, who dumps it down deep. Nico will go behind the net and try and get it. Nico fires it out to Ross in front. Shot directly into the chest of Armstrong. Makes a nice save. Puck's down. Spangler's got it. She'll give her to Nico. Nico in the corner to Joseph. Joseph feathers out in front. Ames steals it there. They'll walk it up the middle. Kratz with the poke check there and sends it back in. Down below the goal line. Deutsch has got it in the corner. Stolen or knocked loose, I guess. Near boards. Battled there. Ross has got it. Nico's in the corner. He'll battle for the loose puck. Still battling. Ames player doesn't have a stick. Doesn't seem like a fair fight. There we go. Still battling. There he goes. Kicks out to Spangler, who chips it in. Ames gets control. Sends it the length. Sheehy plays shuffleboard. Way too much heat. Nice pass to Armstrong. Xander Sheehy for the faceoff now. Puck's down to Mueller. Mueller walks to the front. Shot just wide. Puck's behind the net. Ames has got it. Sheehy pressures. Puck comes loose into the corner. Chase pulls, applies the pressure there. They'll walk it up the near side. Tries to get around Cruiser. Can't quite do it. Kleesner comes over to help. Puck's loose on the near side. Sheehy kicks it up to Mueller. Knocked loose. Mueller battles for it. Gets it loose. He'll carry it into the zone. Tries to toe drag him. Sheehy's got it behind the net. Kicks it up to Kleesner. Shot on net. Saved by Armstrong. Chase has got it now in the corner. Up to Cruiser. Cruiser does a little dance. Fires it. Blocked by the Ames defense. And they'll bring it up the middle. He forces them to the outside. They'll get around Cruiser into the end boards. Sheehy picks it up behind the net. Kicked out to the point. Connor Sheehy with his first save in, 20 minutes. Played down the length. Arm is up. Waved off. Chase pressures. Gets knocked to the corner. Far boards. Chase misses his check. Played up to the near side. That's Beshin with it. Pulls it back. Plays it to Pulls, who chips it up to Heacock. Heacock plays it up in front of the boards. Turns in the corner. Walks out. Leaves it for Beshin. Beshin's shot is blocked. Henry manages to hold it in. Heacock battles for it below the goal line. Kicked out to Netherly. Netherly shot. Saved by Armstrong. Puck's down. Henry holds it in. Gets it down below the goal line. Heacock will pressure it in the far corner. Battle for there. Beshin holds it in. No, he doesn't. It's knocked back in. Everyone's off sides. Ames plays it out. Far side. Offside is waved. Henry's got it behind the net. He'll try and walk it up the far side. Come with a little bit of a head of steam here. Walks around the blue line. Down to the faceoff dot. Shot blocked. And Ames will counter. Cross ice pass to no one. Sammy Ruiz plays it off the near boards. Up to Michael Poles. A little bit of open room here. Tries a toe drag. It doesn't quite work. Beshin battles for it on the far boards. Heacock adds insult to injury. Played down below the goal line. Poles has got it there. Fancy moves. Plays it up the near boards to Sweeney. Sweeney back to Henry. Henry with a slap shot that goes back into the defense. Poles has got it in the corner now. Tries to center again. Doesn't quite get there. Work deep. Beshin tries to get it over to Poles. Ruiz down to Sweeney. Back to Ruiz. Loses it there, and Ames has got it. They'll clear the zone. All the way down to the near zone. Henry steals it there. Manages to get a hold. Mesrich jumps off the bench. He's got that helmet back. Ames on the far side. Across the blue line. To the faceoff dot. Little move there. Nice steal by Nolan Kretz. Sweeney's got a good zone on him. Ooh, just stays onside. Kretz plays it up to him. Armstrong gets a piece of it as it sits behind the goal line. That's Sweeney over in the far corner. Off to Ruiz. Ruiz back to Mesrich behind the net. No one home. Back up the middle. Sheehy's got it. They'll make a long pass to Ames. They're not on our team. Kretz with the pinch there. Sweeney's got it on the far side. We got a 2-on-1. Sweeney and Mesrich. Sweeney shot. Saved by Armstrong. Follow up by Ross. Can't finish. Kretz cuts in. Mesrich gets a piece of it. No shot on goal. Ross walks it down the line. Tries a shot. Saved by Armstrong. One of these times I'm going to remember to start the clock and move the camera. 5:01 left in the game. Saints with a commanding 55-8 shots on goal, leading 5-3 or 3-0. And we're adjusting the net again. Ross, Deutsch, and Ruiz out at forward. Ross has got the face-off. Ames battles for it on the near boards. Ross has got it now. Walks it down to the corner. Centered out to Deutsch. You can't quite get a stick on it. Will come out of the zone. Kretz has got it there. Goes DD to Spangler. Spangler up to Nico. Outside the zone. We're going to go for an ice. Sheehy will get it there. Send it to length. Saved by Armstrong. Puck's down. Knocked out of the zone. Kleesner can't quite hold it in there. Kleesner over to Cruiser. Cruiser up to Ruiz. Ames has got it. They'll carry it through neutral ice. Knocked off the puck by Cruiser. Ruiz are on the back of the net. Walking up the near side. Tries to send it just ahead of Deutsch. Deutsch has got it in the far corner. Plays it behind the net to Ruiz. Ruiz kicks it over to Armstrong with the save. Excuse me. Sheehy out with Chase and CJ. Face off one, over to CJ, walks it towards the goal. Wrapped in front, no one home. Kleesner plays it down to Chase. Chase tries to center to CJ. Net is off again. Sheehy in for the faceoff. One back to Mueller. Saved by Armstrong. Sheehy wins the faceoff again to Mueller. Mueller walks it through the middle. Sheehy with the steal. Mueller's got it on the far boards. Plays it off the boards. Mueller behind the net. Into the near corner. Plays it up to Cruiser. Cruiser battles there. Poles has got it. Tries a bad angle shot. Armstrong with the save. Netherly now for the faceoff. Netherly wins it back to Cruiser. Cruiser gets a shot on net. Saved by Armstrong. Ames has got it. They'll try and walk it out the far side. Kleesner knocks it back in. Heacock a forecheck. Centered. Pulls, applies a little pressure there. Played out of the zone by Ames. Cruiser does a little walk there. They'll play with it on the blue line. Knocked up to the far blue line. Shot towards the net. Not sure what happened there, but it wasn't a goal. .249 left in the third period. Puck's down. Dubuque's got it. Kleesner takes it behind the net. Plays it up to Poles. Can't quite get a handle on it. Kicked out top of the blue line. Jackson Heacock battles for it there. Manages to clear it. Gavin Netherly with a bit of a race to the far side. Applies a little pressure as Ames brings it through the center of the ice to the near zone. Into the zone. Basham plays it up to Heacock. Heacock in a foot race with both Ames defenders. He's got it. Far side. Chip towards the net. Armstrong knocks the net off yet again. Ruiz in for the faceoff. Walks through the middle. Saved by Armstrong, and we'll do it again. Sweeney, Ruiz, and Meserich out for the faceoff. Henry and Beshin on defense. Puck's down. Ruiz gets a shot on net. Saved by Armstrong. We've got to have a better play than that. Can't just win it off the faceoff and immediately throw it to the goalie. It's a really easy save. Do something else. Puck's down. Sweeney's got it now on the far side. Walks around the back of the net. On the near side. There's a weird screen going on by Callan Meserich. Puck's down. Ruiz fires it on the net again. Easy save for Armstrong. Besson holds it in on the far side. Sweeney's on the far side. It comes out of the zone. Back to Liam Henry. Liam Henry plays it over to Cody Sweeney across the blue line. Sweeney carries it in from the faceoff dot. Shot saved. Ruiz behind the goal line. Knocked loose there. That's going to be a trip on Sammy Ruiz. So, relatively clean game. Ames is going to get their first power play of the game.
Penalty on number 13, Sammy Ruiz. 2 minutes for tripping. With a minute 22 remaining in the third period. That puts your Dubuque Saints on a penalty kill.
Puck's down. Stolen there by Corbin Deutsch. Got a bit of a breakaway. He's got a step in everyone's shot. Saved by Armstrong. Kick. And that's a goal. Nico Ruiz is going to get the benefit of the goal there. Oh, they're going to wave the goal off as a kicking goal. They're going to say he kicked it in. There's no way it was intentional, but they wear the stripes. I get to talk into a microphone. And the net was off again. Puck's down. Battle for on the far boards. Deutsch has got it there. Lost it. Ames has got it just inside the blue line. They'll walk it to the middle. Stolen there by Ruiz. Deutsch is going to carry it wide again. Dumps it down below the goal line. Ruiz forechecks it there. Knocks it loose. Knocks it loose again. Still held in. Deutsch holds it in there. Deutsch again knocks it loose. Aims to bring it up in front of the benches. Down below the goal line. Not sure what he's doing. Plays it around the boards. Beshan's got it now. We're going to get another penalty. Corbin Deutsch is going to get a holding penalty with 18 seconds left. Seems like a fine time to start calling penalties, but hey.
Debut penalty on number 5, Corbin Deutsch. 2 minutes for holding. With 18 seconds remaining in the third period.
Puck's down. A little bit of a scramble there in front. Ames has got it on the near boards. Kicked it back to the blue line. That goes out of the zone with 8 seconds left. Face off just outside the zone. Knocked in. Beshan's got it. He'll retreat behind the net. Plays it around the far side. Gets out of the zone. And that'll do it. Connor Sheehy gets a shutout and is returned back from some academic issues.
Saints 3. Cyclones nothing.
And the Saints win by a score of 3-0. Outshooting the Ames Little Flyers 64-8.